Good afternoon. My name is Fernando Gonzalez, and I am pleased to address the TASIS community in honor of Founders Day and Family Weekend. I started my TASIS career in 1972 on a one-year leave of absence from Harvard Design School to establish the best art program in Europe as per Mrs. Fleming's mandate. My direct involvement with starting TASIS schools in England, Greece, Cyprus, France, Puerto Rico, and most recently Portugal, have all been based on Mrs. Fleming's formula for how to create a successful school. Find a beautiful property, both house and surroundings, because young people need and deserve to be surrounded with beauty. Fill this setting with young people from all over the world, because the world has become so very small. Fill all their working hours with commitment to study, sports, and arts, and responsibility to others. Instruct, stretch them in all areas. They don't know the amazing potential they have. Place in this house very special human beings as teachers, friends, counselors, and role models, people who have a sense of the excitement of life and learning. Sprinkle and cover the whole wonderful concoction, basting frequently with generous portions of tender, loving care. High on Mrs. Fleming's list was her motto that times change, values don't. 50 years later, I am still at TASIS because of our founder's vision and values. What I have found during my many years with TASIS is that all our schools have a DNA which is immediately recognizable and makes the TASIS schools distinctive. Despite the fact that our schools are located in 4 different countries and are led by different boards of directors and heads of schools, we have much more in common than differences. Indeed, at the opening of TASIS Dorado, one of our oldest alumna from TASIS Lugano commented that it looked like a TASIS school. 2 years later, when the TASIS Foundation visited, several directors remarked that it already felt very much like a TASIS school. This was the highest compliment I could ask for in a new school, and TASIS Portugal received the same praise from our founder's daughter on her recent visit. The TASIS mission begins with defining that TASIS is a family of international schools, and all these schools share a similar culture. Family is the building block to creating healthy communities, and no one understood this concept better than Mrs. Fleming, who started her first school in Locarno with 3 of her own children. Our schools aim to provide nurturing environments that bring out the best in our students, faculty, staff, and families who are integral to our community. Critical to this family are our values which define TASIS: trust, loyalty, and respect. And these stem from our motto, inscribed over our library entrance: Verum, Bonum, Pulchrum, truth, goodness, and beauty, Plato's universal concepts which are a core thread connecting all TASIS schools. I had these words sculpted in the reclaimed stone arches at the entrance of the Fleming Forum at the heart of the TASIS Portugal campus. Our values provide a compass for our communities and define the culture of the schools. Our values also provide our communities with strength and security, which in turn enable people to take risks knowing there is a safety net to protect them if they fall. Unless we push ourselves to succeed, we will never know how capable we are, and therefore are unable to reach our true potential or achieve great things. Mrs. Fleming referred to this as stretching our students. This is particularly important in schools because it is our role as educators and as in loco parentis to challenge our students and bring out the best in them. Mrs. Fleming encouraged us to dream big, and she certainly was a role model in this respect. Family also provides a sense of belonging and of being part of something bigger than ourselves. It gives us the firm foundation upon which to grow and develop meaningful relationships and make the right choices in life. My own children, Adrian and Sebastian, attended TASIS England for 14 years, and not only were they well prepared to attend competitive universities, they chose careers in finance and technology at which they both excel. More importantly, by being part of the TASIS family, they gained an invaluable international perspective, which enabled them to have friends from around the world and compete in an international, interdependent marketplace, which is only becoming increasingly so. For TASIS students, TASIS feels like home away from home, and it becomes their family. This certainly was the case for me and my family. This international dimension is a key part of a TASIS education, with over 55 nationalities represented in each of our schools. Combining our individual families into the TASIS Lugano family and into the worldwide community of TASIS schools is essential to Mrs. Fleming's dream: to create an atmosphere in our schools which promotes international understanding and encourages world peace. But perhaps what I and many parents value most in a TASIS education, which again stems from our emphasis on values, is character development. Such traits as kindness, integrity, compassion, responsibility, civility, good manners, and honesty are at the heart of any healthy individual or successful institution, especially in schools. At TASIS Dorado in Puerto Rico, our motto is striving for excellence within a culture of kindness. I am convinced that by instilling these values in our students, we transform their lives, and in so doing, we are creating a better world. Lynn Fleming Eshelman and I have worked diligently to create beautiful and peaceful sanctuaries for learning based on traditional architecture, which reflects the creations, achievements, traditions, and ideals of the past that offer purpose in the present and hope for the future, as stated in the TASIS mission. Recently, I was honored by a book, Beauty and Duty, dedicated to me by Lynn and Michael Eshelman for my 50 years of service to TASIS. As I read 36 essays by past parents, students, and colleagues, I was struck by how many of them mentioned a sense of family at TASIS and how special it is to be part of our community. A recurring theme was the values we have inculcated in our communities. It gives me great pride to have been part of this distinguished global family and the global village we have created. I am confident you and your children will share a similar experience. It has been my honor to work with the Fleming family for over 50 years as we build on Mrs. Fleming's legacy. We are delighted that you and your family are part of her dream. Thank you very much.